Hello and welcome to this Cliffs Masterclass with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB, you're very welcome. Now this is going to be a quick one because I think I can show you what you're going to need to get a good effect very quickly indeed using the terrain editor tools, which is obviously available in the map editor, or if you subscribe to Extras Landscaping Tools by BloodyPenguin, link is in the description as always, then you'll be good to go there. As always, this map has been specifically created for this masterclass, so don't be looking to build a city on it, but it is obviously linked into the description down below. Also, if you want to like recreate the erosion that we did in the last masterclass, or recreate the cliffs, which we're going to do on this hill over here because it's just begging to be having a little bit of work put into it. I'm not really going to go for what I feel would be a realistic cliff formation here. I'm just going to show you how to get the cliff effect at the best possible one very quickly, and then it's up to you to work these into your map or city builds to be as effective as you can. So what we're going to do is we are going to go into the terrain editor down here, but hit the landscaping button. And we are going to open up this tool here, the level terrain tool. Even though we're going to be building a cliff, we want to be playing with the level terrain tools. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look to where we want the bottom of the cliff to be. And I'm thinking this line here is roughly where we get the cliff texture. When the land gets too steep, then you get cliff texture coming in, and our cliff texture is this dark cliff texture here. Anything steeper than this area here, it starts getting darker, and then it gets lighter again when it smooths out near the top. And what we're going to do is we want to give this a real natural cliff shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click at the bottom of the cliff right here to select this height. The height is now showing up over here. Terrain height 115.15. If I go at the top, it's 160, but 115 down here is where we're wanting it to be. What I'm just going to do is I'm going to push into the arc of this cliff and just give us a much sharper drop, like so. I think that's probably going to do the job. So, right, so that's the cliff, but this isn't a realistic looking cliff, because what we have at the moment, if I come back out of here, we have, I mean, it looks okay. It looks all right. By the again, I should let you know, the theme and LUT I'm using today, the Woodland 4K theme and the Relight Average LUT, if you want to use those to match up with what I'm using. Not that it matters, but different cliff textures will give you different cliff results. I just happen to like this one for today. So anyway, we've got this, but cliffs don't usually go down and then straight out. What will happen is over the months, weeks, years, or whatever, you'll get rubble that just slips down, landslides that slip down, and so this would be more of a curve at the bottom. So we're going to put that right as well. Also, for a more striking effect, if you flatten out the land at the top of the cliff as well, it should give you a nice sharper transition, and we'll do that also right here. Back into landscaping, which we've done there. We'll do the flattening the land at the very top first of all. So I'm going to do is I'm going to choose right click this level here, right there. I'm going to do a much smaller brush for obvious reasons. I'm just going to move along the edge where we want the cliff to start, somewhere around there. I'll make the brush a little bit larger across here, and we can even bring that up to the edge a little bit closer. So right click to select the height, left click to draw it a little bit closer. I mean, we could draw it right the way out, but that just becomes looking stupid. Okay, and I'm going to level this area out. I'm going to use the smoothing tool at the top just to give a bit more of a natural feel like that there as well. Now, whilst I've selected this smoothing tool, this is how we're going to give the transition at the bottom, make it more realistic down here. I'm going to draw the brush strength right down though to about a 12. That should be enough. And instead of colouring all the way along here, I'm just going to edge in towards the cliff. And at some point, the cliff will start coming out to meet us. Like so. Now, you need to do this a couple of times. Just to get the transition of the cliff slowly but surely meeting the level ground. And that might be enough, you know. That looks okay. I think what I'll do here, though, is I'm going to extend this one down a little bit more with the smoothing tool. Wrong button there. Back into the smoothing tool. I'm just going to use the smoothing tool again, just to drag this down. Like such. And of course we have got the transition over here, but only because we moved the cliff in an unnatural way. So there we go. Come back out of that, back into this camera, and there we go. There you go, a much more natural cliff shape. So fairly flat up to the edge of the cliff, and this is where you could do some detailing with some small shrubs, etc., along the edge at the top of the cliff, and then down the bottom here, maybe some rocks. I don't think I'm probably not going to work too well here because I have been. Where are we? Back down to the brush size of 1. Yeah, I've done it on pretty small scale, so this is going to look really stupid with the rocks that I've got selected here. But it is just a small scale explanation of how to get the right shape. Anyways, so there we go. That is the more realistic cliff shape. And then if you missed the previous episode where we did the erosion, what we have over here is a more realistic eroded coastline shape. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Join me next time where we'll have a look at beaches, and I'll try and give you a more realistic beach topography. I've been BonBonB, you've been very, very welcome, and I'll see you very, very soon.